Most cat owners get this completely wrong. They believe their cat is independent, aloof, a creature that tolerates them at best and ignores them at worst. They think love for a cat is something quiet and conditional, given only when food is involved. But that picture is almost entirely false. The truth is hidden in plain sight, written into tiny everyday behaviors that most people see 100 times and never decode. Because here is what almost nobody tells you. There are specific things a cat does only when it has chosen you, only when it has decided you are safe. And the very last sign, the one we will reach at the end, is something animal behaviorists consider one of the deepest expressions of trust a cat can ever offer a human being. Watch for it. Let me start with something you've probably noticed already and dismissed. Your cat follows you from room to room. You walk to the kitchen, and there it is. You move to the bathroom, and a small face appears in the doorway. Most people assume this is just curiosity, a pet looking for the next meal. But it goes far deeper than that. Cats are not pack animals by nature. They do not need to shadow anyone to survive. So when your cat repeatedly chooses to be in the same space as you, it is making a social decision. Behaviorists call this social attachment, the feline version of wanting to be near a secure figure. Your cat is not tracking your food bowl. It is tracking you. And that quiet presence, that little shadow trailing behind you, is the very first sign that you have become its point of safety in the world. Now look at the way your cat looks at you. Sometimes from across the room it will stare softly, then slowly close its eyes and open them again. People love to call this the cat kiss, and they are not wrong, but few understand why it matters so much. In the animal world, closing your eyes near another creature is an enormous risk. It means lowering your guard completely. A frightened cat never does this. A defensive cat never does this. So when your cat gives you that slow, deliberate blink, it is telling you something profound. It feels no threat from you at all. Studies on slow blinking have even shown that cats are more likely to approach humans who blink back at them gently. So the next time it happens, return it. You are speaking a language of trust, and your cat already knows you are fluent. Here is one that seems ordinary until you really think about it. Your cat sleeps near you, maybe at the foot of your bed, maybe pressed against your leg on the couch, maybe just somewhere in the same room. We treat this as cozy and cute, and it is. But sleep is the single most vulnerable state any animal can enter. In the wild, a sleeping cat is a defenseless cat. Predators do not get second chances, so choosing where to sleep is never random for them. There's a real difference between a cat that sleeps in a warm spot for comfort and a cat that sleeps beside you for security. When your cat picks you, when it powers down its entire nervous system in your presence, it is saying that it believes nothing bad will happen on your watch. That is not comfort, that is faith. And then there is the belly. Your cat rolls over, stretches out, and exposes its soft underside to you. Almost everyone reads this as an open invitation for belly rubs, and then feels betrayed when they reach down and get a paw full of claws. Here is the myth worth correcting. The belly display is usually not a request for touching at all. It is something more meaningful. The stomach is where every vital organ sits, the most defended, most fragile part of a cat's body. Exposing it is an act of total surrender. A cat that flashes its belly to you is not asking for affection so much as announcing that it does not need to protect itself around you. That is a level of trust far beyond simple tolerance. It is the body language equivalent of dropping every wall it has. Some of you have experienced this next one and found it slightly strange. Your cat brings you things. A toy left at your feet, a bottle cap carried proudly across the floor. And for some unlucky owners, the occasional small creature from the garden. People often react with confusion or even disgust, missing the entire point. This behavior is deeply social. In the feline world, sharing what you have caught or what you value is something done within a family group. So what looks bizarre to you may actually be one of the biggest compliments your cat is capable of giving. When it lays that strange little offering at your feet, it is folding you into its inner circle. It does not see you as a giant who feeds it. It sees you as one of its own, a member of the group worth providing for. You have been adopted. And this is the ceremony. And here is where it gets interesting. Because believe it or not, the signs from this point on are the ones a cat can almost never fake. Everything so far has been about closeness. What comes next is about something harder, something a cat only reveals when the bond runs much deeper. Keep watching. Because the further we go, the closer we get to that final sign. Take what happens when you come home. For many cats, the door opening is an event. They wait near it. They appear the moment your key turns. Some chirp, some run over, some simply sit and watch you walk in. We tend to underestimate this, assuming dogs are the ones who greet and cats could not care less. But a cat anticipating your return is showing something quietly powerful. It has formed a memory of you, an expectation of you, a sense that your presence is worth marking. Out of an entire day of silence and solitude, your arrival is the moment it has been waiting for. That recognition, that small celebration at the door, is a bond that runs much deeper than most people will ever give cats credit for. Now listen to how your cat talks to you. Here's a fact that surprises almost everyone. Adult cats rarely meow at each other. The constant vocalizing, the little trills and chirps and demanding cries, that entire vocabulary is something cats developed almost exclusively for humans, and not for all humans. Your cat builds a private language with the person it lives with. Refining specific sounds that it learns will get your attention. A cat that talks back to you, that answers when you speak, that carries on a strange little conversation through the day, is a cat that is invested in the relationship. It is reaching for you on purpose. The more your cat speaks, the more it is telling you that the connection between you genuinely matters to it. And now we arrive at the moment that changes everything. Everything so far has been about a cat that feels safe in good times, but the real measure of trust shows itself from when things fall apart. Think about what a cat does when it is sick. Instinct, ancient and powerful, screams at it to hide. A vulnerable cat in the wild conceals its weakness, because weakness attracts danger. The same is true when a cat is terrified. When there's a loud noise, a stranger, a storm, the deepest survival code tells it to disappear. So watch what happens when your cat is hurting or frightened and it does the unthinkable. It comes to you. It seeks you out instead of vanishing under the bed. It presses into you and its whole biology is begging it to flee and conceal. This is the turning point. The thing that separates a comfortable cat from a truly bonded one. When a creature wired across thousands of years to hide its pain chooses instead to bring that pain to you, it has overridden instinct itself. It has decided that you are safer than the shadows. There is no greater vote of confidence an animal can give. So what does all of this finally add up to? Take every sign we have talked about and lay them side by side. The shadow at your heels, the slow blink across the room, the sleeping body that lets its guard down, the exposed belly, the gifts, the greeting at the door, the little conversations, the fear that runs toward you instead of away. None of these are about obedience. None of them are about dependence. A cat cannot be forced into any of them. That is the entire secret. Every single one is a choice. Your cat could keep its distance from everyone. It could stay guarded, stay hidden, stay self-contained the way nature designed it to be. But it does not. It chooses you. Again and again. In 100 quiet ways you were never taught to notice. And that is the real truth about being a great cat owner. It was never measured by how well your cat behaves, or how much it needs you, because in the end, a cat's greatest gift was never its affection. It is its trust. And trust is the one thing a cat never gives by accident. So if your cat has chosen you as its safe place, understand exactly what you are holding. You have earned the highest compliment a cat knows how to give, and it chose to give it to you.